That sinking feeling when you realize you're no longer a priority to someone you deeply value? The shift is subtle at first, but the silence grows louder until it's all you can hear. Most people react in a way that guarantees they lose all their power. The final chapter reveals the two possible outcomes of this technique and why both of them are a win for you. Don't miss it. Invisible weight. Before we even get to the trick, we have to decode the profound biological and psychological pain of feeling devalued. This isn't just you being too sensitive or overthinking. What you are experiencing is a genuine social injury, and your brain processes it with an intensity that can mirror physical pain. Neuroscientists have discovered that the parts of our brain that light up when we experience social rejection, like the dorsal anterior cingulate cortex, are the very same areas that activate when we feel physical pain. This is why a cutting remark or being ignored can literally feel like a punch to the gut. It's a deep, primal signal that something is wrong. Our need to belong isn't a modern emotional luxury. It's a core part of our evolutionary survival code. For our ancestors, being cast out from the tribe was a death sentence. That ancient wiring is still very much active within you, so when you sense a key relationship is in jeopardy, your entire nervous system goes on high alert. It's treating the situation as a genuine threat to your survival. This feeling is amplified by a powerful psychological phenomenon known as cognitive dissonance. This is the immense mental discomfort we feel when we hold two or more contradictory beliefs at the same time. In this case, the two beliefs are, I am a valuable, worthy person who deserves respect, and this person whose opinion I value is treating me as if I have no value. This contradiction creates a chaotic and stressful internal state. Your brain desperately wants to resolve this conflict, and it will often take the path of least resistance. Instead of challenging the other person's behavior, which is difficult and confrontational, it's often easier to start questioning your own value. You start asking yourself, what did I do wrong? Am I not interesting enough? Am I not good enough? This internal cross-examination is your brain's flawed attempt to make the world make sense again. It's trying to close the gap between your self-perception and their treatment of you, and in the process, it can inflict tremendous damage on your self-esteem. The weight of this experience is invisible, which makes it even harder to deal with. You can't show someone a bruise or a broken bone to explain your pain, you just carry it. It manifests as a constant, low-level anxiety, a hypervigilance to their cues, and a profound sense of emotional exhaustion. You find yourself rereading old messages, searching for clues about where things went wrong. You analyze every brief interaction, trying to gauge their tone. This mental obsession is not a sign of weakness. It's a symptom of your brain trying to solve a critical problem. It's locked in a feedback loop where the lack of clear data from the other person sends it spiraling further into analysis and self-doubt. Understanding this is the first step to taking your power back. You are not broken. You are a human being having a perfectly normal, albeit painful, biological and psychological reaction to a deeply distressing social situation. The goal now is to stop fighting the feeling and start changing the dynamic that creates it. Chasing echoes. Faced with this invisible weight, our instinct is to do something, anything, to fix it. We are wired for action, and the uncertainty of being devalued feels like a problem that needs an immediate solution. This is where most people make a critical mistake. They begin to chase. This chase doesn't always look desperate on the surface, but it has a distinct energetic signature. It's the double text when your first one goes unanswered. It's the long, carefully crafted email explaining your feelings, hoping for a moment of understanding. It's offering to bend over backwards to be more convenient, more agreeable, more of whatever you think they want you to be. You are essentially trying to prove your value to someone who has stopped seeing it. You are auditioning for a role you already had, and this act of chasing, while born from a place of genuine care, is the single fastest way to accelerate the loss of value. The psychology behind why this backfires is rooted in the principle of perceived value. In any human dynamic, scarcity increases value while abundance decreases it. When you are constantly available, constantly initiating, constantly seeking reassurance, you are communicating an abundance of your time, energy, and attention. Your presence becomes an expectation, not a gift. You inadvertently signal that your own inner world is less important than theirs. The more you chase, the faster they retreat, because your pursuit removes any reason for them to invest. There is no space for them to miss you, to wonder about you, or to feel your absence, because you are never absent. You are always there, energetically knocking on their door, which only encourages them to pull the curtains tighter. This creates a devastating feedback loop. The less they value you, the more you chase to prove your worth, and the more you chase, the less they value you. This panicked reaction is what psychologists sometimes refer to as an extinction burst. Think of a lab rat that has learned to press a lever to get a food pellet. When the researchers stop dispensing the pellets, the rat doesn't just give up immediately. At first, it presses the lever frantically, faster and more aggressively than ever before. It's trying the behavior that used to work, but with more intensity. This is exactly what we do. The connection, the validation, the communication, that was our food pellet. When it's withdrawn, we start pressing the lever of communication and availability with frantic energy, hoping to get the same old reward. But the machine is broken. Continuing to press the lever only exhausts you and solidifies the new dynamic. The most powerful and counterintuitive thing you can do in this moment is to stop. You have to be willing to walk away from the machine, even if it means feeling the hunger of that lost connection. You have to stop chasing the echo of what you once had and create a silence that allows for something new to be heard. Shifting currents. This brings us to the simple trick. It is not a manipulation tactic, a mind game, or a way to punish the other person. It is a profound and strategic shift in the flow of your own energy. The trick is to create a pattern interrupt through a period of intentional and graceful withdrawal. This is not the silent treatment, which is aggressive, punitive, and designed to make someone feel bad. This is different. This is a quiet, dignified retreat. It is the cessation of all chasing behaviors. You stop initiating texts. You stop asking for their time. You stop checking their social media. You stop trying to solve the problem for them. You create a vacuum. You take all of the energy you have been pouring into them, the mental energy of worrying, the emotional energy of hoping, the physical energy of reaching out, and you let it go quiet. You redirect that current of energy back toward its source. You. The power of this lies in its ability to break a fundamental pattern. Human brains are prediction machines. We thrive on patterns because they make the world feel safe and understandable. The person who doesn't value you has become accustomed to a specific pattern. You are always there. You are predictable. Your attention is a given. When you suddenly and quietly withdraw that attention, you shatter the pattern. Their brain, which had relegated you to the background, is suddenly forced to register your absence. It's the same reason you don't notice the hum of a refrigerator until it suddenly turns off. The silence is what captures your attention. By creating this silence, you are not forcing them to do anything. You are simply presenting them with a new reality, a reality without your consistent energetic input. In this new, quieter space, they are left alone with their own feelings and the consequences of their own actions. This strategic withdrawal is effective because it reintroduces the principle of scarcity. Your time and attention are your most valuable assets. By giving them away freely to someone who does not reciprocate, you have devalued your own currency. When you pull back, you are no longer flooding the market. You are signaling that your energy is a precious resource that you will now be investing elsewhere, specifically in yourself. This isn't about making them miss you, although that can be a side effect. The primary goal is to make you remember your own value. It's about creating the space for you to observe the situation with clarity, free from the frantic energy of chasing. You are stepping out of the feedback loop of anxiety and disappointment and onto the solid ground of self-preservation and self-respect. You are not pushing them away. You are simply stopping the pull from your end and observing where the rope naturally falls. Value recalibration. This period of silence will feel completely hollow and pointless if it is only a passive act of waiting. If you are just sitting by your phone, counting the minutes until they notice your absence, you have missed the entire point. The external act of withdrawal is only powerful if it is matched by an internal act of profound self-investment. This phase is called value recalibration. It is the process of actively and deliberately detaching your sense of self-worth from this person's validation and anchoring it back within yourself. You have to genuinely turn your focus away from them and create a life that is so engaging, so rich, and so fulfilling that their presence or absence becomes less and less central to your happiness. This is the real work. The silence you create is the laboratory where you get to rebuild your relationship with yourself. So, what does this look like in practice? It means you take all that energy you were spending on them and you pour it into a value portfolio of your own. This portfolio has several key assets. First, reconnect with the people who do value you. Call that friend you've been meaning to catch up with. Have dinner with a family member who makes you feel seen and heard. Reinvest in the relationships that are reciprocal and nourishing. This reminds your nervous system what genuine connection feels like. Second, dive headfirst into a passion project or a hobby. Lose yourself in something you love, whether it's painting, hiking, learning a new language, or tackling a challenging project at work. When you are in a state of flow, you are not thinking about them. You are experiencing your own competence and creativity, which is a powerful source of internal validation. The most crucial part of this recalibration is changing your internal monologue. You must become a conscious observer of your thoughts. When your mind drifts back to them, as it inevitably will, don't judge yourself. Simply notice it and gently redirect it. Ask yourself, what can I do for myself right now that would feel good? Instead of checking their social media, go for a walk and listen to an inspiring podcast. Instead of rereading old texts, write down 3 things you are proud of yourself for. This is about building the muscle of self-soothing and self-validation. You are learning to give yourself the feelings of worthiness and security that you were seeking from them. You are becoming your own anchor. When you do this work, the shift is no longer a trick. It is an authentic reflection of your new reality. You are not pretending to be busy and fulfilled. You are busy and fulfilled. Your value is no longer up for debate because you are experiencing it every single day through your own actions. Clearer skies. After you have genuinely shifted your energy and begun the work of value recalibration, one of 2 things will inevitably happen. This is the part where you simply get to watch and collect data, because the other person's response to your silence will tell you everything you need to know. The first possibility is that they reach out. Because you broke the pattern and created a vacuum, their brain has registered your absence. They may have been forced to confront the role you played in their life, but you must pay very close attention to the quality of this re-engagement. Is it a low-effort, late-night hey text, or is it a genuine, curious, and respectful attempt to understand what has changed? If they do come back with genuine effort, it creates an opportunity to establish a new dynamic, one built on the foundation of your newfound self-respect. You are no longer the chaser. The scales have been rebalanced, and any future connection must be on terms of mutual value and effort. The second possibility is that they do nothing. Your silence is met with more silence. This, while initially painful, is the greatest gift they can give you. Their lack of response is the clearest, most unambiguous data you will ever receive. It is a definitive answer. It confirms that they were unwilling or unable to meet you at a level of mutual respect. It proves that any further investment of your energy would have been wasted. This is not a rejection. It is a revelation. It saves you weeks, months, or even years of continued pain and uncertainty. Their silence liberates you. It gives you the permission you may not have been able to give yourself to truly let go and move on without any lingering what ifs. You have your answer, and the answer is that your energy is better spent elsewhere. In the end, both outcomes lead to clearer skies. Either the relationship is reborn on healthier, more balanced terms, or the relationship is gracefully concluded, leaving you free to find a connection that truly honors your worth. You win either way. The moment you stop making your value conditional on someone else's perception is the moment you become truly free. The goal of this process was never to manipulate them into valuing you more. The goal was for you to value yourself more, so much so that you become unwilling to accept anything less than what you deserve. This clarity is the ultimate power, and it's a power that no one can ever take away from you again. This is a hard lesson to learn. Which part of the value recalibration chapter do you need to focus on most right now?